Trying to communicate with a narcissistic individual can be one of the most confusing, draining, and emotionally painful experiences that you could ever go through. Narcissists often struggle with critical thinking, so it's very challenging to have a genuine conversation with them. They also struggle with things like empathy, so they're not interested in how you feel. They have a belief that they're special, believing they're superior, so they're not interested in your opinions. Making conversations with a narcissist crazy making. When you try to discuss an issue, find some form of compromise, narcissistic individuals will often switch the topic of conversation, talk over you, gaslight you, triangulate you, or simply fall silent and refuse to communicate with you. They struggle to see your point of view. They only focus on their own reality. They'll go as far as to playing the victim, to make you feel bad for bringing anything up in the first place or disagreeing with them. There's their impulsive decision making. Many narcissists act on impulse rather than reflection. They can walk away from relationships or situations without considering consequences. They just leave chaos in the wake behind them. They lack cognitive reflection. Research shows that narcissists are less likely to reflect on their actions. Once they make a decision, they stick with it, even when it's harmful, because they can't effectively evaluate their own behaviour. They just shift the blame onto others. They find a way to justify it, make out that somebody else deserved it. There's the grandiose versus the vulnerable types of narcissistic individuals. Grandiose often appear confident and superior, while their vulnerable counterparts are defensive and insecure. Both struggle to reflect. Both struggle with the critical thinking. Both lack empathy. The vulnerable type might consider their actions briefly, however, it's still from a self-centered perspective. The grandiose narcissist just believes they're in the right. They have difficulty in recognizing other people's perceptions. Narcissists often cannot understand your point of view. Conversations about compromise or fairness feel impossible because narcissistic individuals are simply stuck in their own mindset. They lack the empathy to relate or to be able to see another person's point of view. There's the emotional provocation. When challenged, narcissists become defensive, they become angry, they become manipulative, present facts or evidence, and it triggers their tantrums instead of any rational discussions, because critical thinking is overridden by impulse and ego. They will look to provoke a reaction from you so they can blame you instead. When it comes to dealing with a narcissist, the best approach is to remain calm. Recognise you're not going to get a sincere, open, honest communication with them because they're insincere, they're dishonest, and they're very closed-minded. Avoid giving them any emotional reactions. Set healthy boundaries and limit engagement with narcissists where possible. Use no contact or the grey rock method if needed. Protecting yourself is more effective than trying to reason with the unreasonable who cannot even reflect critically or have the empathy to understand where you might be coming from.